Hi there, my name is Seth. I'm with HomCo Lumber and Hardware.
And I'm Jamie from Satchmo's Barbecue and Cajun.
I'm in the hardware department at HomCo, but today we're teaming up with Satchmo's to talk about some grilling. All right, so what are the basics of where do I start when I grill? What should I do first?
Yeah, great question. I think probably the most important thing when it comes to grilling, especially with us up here in the mountains, is we don't get to grill out year round, right? So we're gonna have that time that the grill is gonna sit there, it's gonna be covered. So probably the most important thing every time that you grill before and after is cleaning it. You can get over here to HomCo. They've got all kinds of grilling tools. They've got a number of these different types on the shelf. I grabbed this particular one. And you know, Seth, this one's got really, really hard bristles. It's gonna really take some of that crud off of there. Yeah. It's got a backside for a scraper as well, but this one's a little two-piece option.
Yeah, and it's not metal, which is pretty nice because I know I've read online so many times that metal is super dangerous. It can get in your food and potentially harm you from the inside.
Absolutely, it could scratch the grates as well and start pitting the metal and things like that, and then you're going to get items sticking a lot more, which really kind of takes us to that next piece is sticking on the grill. Always preheat your grill. Get it out to get the grill grates super hot, right? There's an old approach that we take in kitchens, which is you heat your pan first, and what happens is the pores expand, and then we put a little bit of oil in there, and then that fills those pores, and that gives you almost any surface, makes it more of a non-stick. That is incredibly important when it comes to grilling, because as we all know, we've had that piece of meat, piece of fish especially. You try to go and you flip, and it is just stuck to the grill and won't come up. So I think probably first and foremost, clean and a preheated grill is really important. The next thing is a thermometer. A quick instant read thermometer or something like this. Leave-in thermometers are fantastic. It's going to allow you to let the meat cook, let the grill do its thing without opening it, right? There's an old saying that goes around, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.
So actually I'm going to grill today, so I should not open the grill whatsoever and open it when I'm grilling.
Well, just be reasonable about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But don't open it and close it. You don't need to flip meats a whole bunch, right? In a perfect world, you're going to, which takes us to our next point, you're going to cook over a hot side. So these are great. This is going to allow us to use what we call a two-zone cooking, okay? And if you imagine, we've got a round grill. We've got charcoals on this side. These are light, these are lit. You put your hand above it, it's really nice and hot. Now over here, it's not as hot. It's still pretty warm. But what you're gonna be able to do here is, Seth, you can sear that piece of meat. Let's say we're cooking a steak. We're gonna sear it right here. We're gonna get a good sear mark on it. We're gonna turn it over. Okay. We're gonna get a sear on it. Then we're gonna move it. And this is here. You've still got heat coming out on the rest of the grill. So you can slow cook that steak for the rest of the time. You get your sear on it, you're gonna finish it. It's gonna be just as good as a restaurant.
Okay. Could I possibly put wood chips, charcoal? Does it matter what goes in that?
Great question. Great question. So this is typically going to be for your charcoal. Okay. However, when it comes to wood chips, I'm a big fan, and this goes for propane as well. You can cook. There's no shame any way you cook. I'm a barbecue guy, and I have a propane grill at home. It took a little while. My wife had to convince me of it, but you know what? We use it quite a bit. We'll just fire it up every once in a while. And if I want that flavor that we're slow cooking or cooking over wood or even charcoal, I'll just go out and sprinkle a handful of wood chips out. This could be done right on the grill grate by food. So that smoke's just gonna kind of roll around. It's gonna flavor that food. Or you can get a smoking box that has the holes in it. You've probably seen that before. The other item you could do with charcoal grill is a chunk. You can go into your charcoal and take a chunk of this wood, set it right here, get your sear done, set it right here, move it over. You've just created a mini smoker at that point.
So it should go on the bottom, not the top, right? Because if it's on the top, I just assume it'll burn instantly. Absolutely. And not create that smoke.
Absolutely. So you'll definitely want to offset any sort of wood chips that you're doing. You either want to offset, you want to put into a smoke chamber. So different gas grills will have different accessories in them. Some have a wood slide-in drawer that actually just has a flame that cooks right underneath them. This can be the chunk could be set up on the grill if you wanted to. But most of the time, you're going to take this chunk and you're going to kind of set it off of. A lot of times, you don't want it right on the charcoal unless you're doing a quick cook. Set it right on the charcoal. That's going to give a good smoke. But we all know smoke turns to flame. And once it goes to flame, you lose the smoke. And the smoke's where we're getting our flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
You know, we were kind of talking about some different items. Some of my favorite accessories when you cook is this item right here.
I've never seen that before, so.
Right? Think about grilled stir fry.
Interesting.
Put this out over a flame on top of the grill grate. You've got a good flame going right here. Drop your vegetables in here, oil them. The oil's gonna drip down a little bit. It's gonna cause the flames to come up and kiss this a little bit. And it is the best stir fry. The other thing that I really love, two tools that I think are largely overlooked, any sort of a brush for basting. This is great, right? You're gonna layer flavor when you cook. It could be the same, or it could be a different flavor. You can go with citrus. You can go with maybe a maple syrup to finish something, right?
Yeah.
And you can layer that flavor on. The other thing, when we're all cooking, we get distracted, right? We forget about stuff. Set a timer. Right?
I've burnt stuff so many times, so.
You and me both. I do this for a living, and I burn plenty of stuff still at home. So those are some of my favorite favorite tools that I use at home.
So, you know, there's a lot of dry rubs and a lot of sauces. I don't know what to start with when I grill. So, like, what should I start with? What are the basics?
It's a great question, Seth. Because honestly, when I come into HomCo, there's a ton of things, and sometimes it does feel overwhelming. Yes. But you have so many great products that probably you could give me some information that I don't even know.
So yeah, totally. We have Traeger Friday. It's really fun. It's really awesome. It really showcases the Traeger grills and their power, along with all of the amazing Traeger products that we carry. So what we do is we cook meat, we cook something out there right in front of HomCo actually, and we just hand it out to people, samples and stuff, showcasing like, you know, like the dry rubs, the sauces, the spice, everything like that. So, well, I think that concludes our little session here with Satchmo's. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, just grill it up and enjoy the weather.
All right. You know, so ask any one of our helpful HomCo associates. We have so many products. All of our knowledgeable staff will know which ones are best for your grilling that evening. Come on down to HomCo, and thanks for watching.